ChurchTrac makes it easy to track all of your expenses, manage funds, create budgets, and so much more. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of what ChurchTrac Accounting can do. Now, to get to the accounting screen, click the Accounting and Budgets button in the menu on the left. This brings you to the Accounts tab. This is where you can add all of your financial accounts, like your checking account, savings, or any liabilities as well. You can manage all of this with the ChurchTrac Accounting feature. Now, ChurchTrac Accounting is a single entry, fund-based or cash-based accounting system. This is so that you can monitor the current balance of all of the funds at your organization. That's why we have the fund summary section on the right-hand side of the screen. So let's talk about the funds. Click the Funds tab at the top toolbar of the ChurchTrac Accounting screen. This is where you can add all of your ministry's funds. Funds are essentially designated balances of money where money is devoted to a specific purpose. You can add all of these buckets for that money here in the Funds tab. Now on the Categories tab, this is where you can add all of your ministry's income and expenses. So you can see how money is flowing into your organization and being spent out of your organization. Now there are a lot of reports that you can generate with ChurchTrac Accounting. There's a balance sheet and an income statement, but under category and fund reports, you can generate a lot of reports on specific categories and funds so that you can dial in on something very particular about your ministry's finances. And next thing I want to show you is the Payees tab. This is where you can add all of the memorized transactions at your organization. That's what the Payees are. Just as an example, the Telecom Communication Inc. that I have here, this is the telephone and internet company for this church. The the expense categories and the fund is already listed here, as well as the amount of the bill. That way, when I need to add a transaction for this bill, I can do so very quickly and easily. So to do so, I'll go to the Accounts tab and then click on the checking account. That takes me to the check register for this account. And then I'll click Add Transaction in the bottom toolbar. To update this transaction, I'll select the transaction type, which is an expense. And then I'll select the Telecom Communication Inc. Payee in this drop-down menu. And that loads up the expense category and fund that I showed you earlier on the Payee tab, as well as the amount of the bill. And I can update that if that ever changes. I can also add attachments to this transaction. So if you have a receipt or any other document, you can add that to this transaction and have a digital backup. Next, I'll click Save, and that adds this transaction to the check register for the checking account at this church. Now, there's also a search function. So if you have been adding your attachments for the transactions and you need to look up a receipt from the past, all you have to do is enter whatever criteria you still remember about that transaction, and our system will pull it up for you. We also have a budgets feature. You can create a budget for your entire church in minutes using the categories that you've added as income and expenses at your organization. And that is an overview of ChurchTrac Accounting. Be sure to check out our Setting Up Accounting video to learn how to properly set up the accounting screen from start to finish. And to learn more about ChurchTrac's accounting features and more, click the Help button in the top right-hand corner of the screen to view our online user guide. It's filled with hundreds of helpful articles, step-by-steps, and videos just like this one. Until next time, let's keep building the church.